10.
Tracker 7 team is here to warn you when winter weather will affect your day.
And as we go through the overnight after our coating of snow, we'll wake up tomorrow morning with a few snow flurries.
We are also here to help you make the most of the season. Is it a good day to build a snowman? Should you take the kids sledding? Check out our app before you head out the door.
We're going to bottom out to temperatures in the upper 20s.
With meteorologists Dr. Dave Walker, Zach Petty, and me, Aaron Myler, we've got weather coverage you can count on. 7 News, working for you.
From the Watchdog, here's your local weather forecast for your Wednesday. Mostly cloudy skies, then snow showers in the afternoon with a high of 30. Tonight, scattered snow showers, low of 17. And for your Thursday, expect snow showers in the morning, then mostly cloudy skies for the afternoon with a high of 30. And that's your local weather forecast from the Watchdog.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Good morning, old friends.
Hey, what are you doing here? About to go on the air.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is?
Wake up, fairy princesses, wake up!
Guess what day it is?
Get up before I get you up!
Guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Hump day.
Woo-hoo!
This is Wednesday. She calls it over the hump day.
Wednesday.
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 We ain't one at a time in here. They broadcast me out on the radio. We're mass communicating.
Let Wednesday begin!
Hit it!
A fresh take on local, regional, and national news. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe, brought to you in part by Wheeling Hospital.
Welcome to Wednesday. It is Hump Day. Coming up today, we're watching the weather again this morning.
Some schools are on different schedules today. Some are back to normal. Things are fairly quiet weather-wise right now, but another storm is likely coming up later today. Zach is in a bit from the Big 7, and he'll give us an update on that. Day 1 of Trump's impeachment trial completed. Day number 2 is underway today. We'll analyze. ABC News will continue their coverage for us. Governor Justice's State of the State is set for tonight. We will preview that with some help from Brad McElhaney, and we'll also look at some of the first bills that are being introduced. And it's hard to tell because all we have is the title of the bill, but it sounds like the GOP is going to trot out all of the favorite Republican standards. Yeah, on the fun side of life, yesterday was National Pizza Day, and this month is National Snack Month. And we'll have a little food fun conversation throughout the day today to kind of lighten the load here on Wednesday. Plus, Valentine's Day, the Super Bowl, and stealthing during sex. I got all this coming up here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Mostly cloudy skies this morning. Stay that way throughout a good bit of the day today. Not much snow to worry about this morning. We'll see snow coming in this afternoon. And then it'll linger into tomorrow morning. We're looking for a couple of inches, 1 to 3, maybe more in the higher elevations. Snow will continue tomorrow morning, and it could miss into some sleety kind of stuff, so we'll have to watch out for that tomorrow. But it looks like today's an okay day weather-wise. Tomorrow's the one we've got to worry about. 21 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. A little bit of wind blowing around, so that makes it feel like 13. 21 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. 21 degrees here at my home studio in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, and 21 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Good morning, Brother Biff.
Good morning, Howard.
All set and ready to roll this morning?
Ready to go.
I have an old man question. Whatever happened to the kids who would come by and knock on your door and say, do you want me to shovel your sidewalk? I couldn't tell you the last time somebody came to the door and offered to shovel the sidewalk, shovel the driveway, clean the cars. Whatever happened to those kids? Now, I grant you, our neighborhood is we don't have a lot of teenage or young teenage kids in the neighborhood, so that there's not a lot of neighborhood kids around, but it seemed to me once upon a time, Biff, that every neighborhood had a bunch of kids, young entrepreneur types who would grab a snow shovel and go out in the snow and start going door to door and making a little bit of money. Whatever happened to those guys?
I think they joined the paper boys and are they've gone now, and I think and the way that the times are and everything, I think now what you're seeing is, and I'm not sure if high schools do this or not, but if you need community service hours and you have to get a certain amount in, I would think that over yesterday and possibly tonight into tomorrow, if you need community service hours, I'm pretty sure that snow shoveling would probably fall under community service hours. So I think the entrepreneurs have been replaced with school kids looking for community service hours.
I don't care what their rationale was. I just wish somebody would have knocked on the door and says, give me a couple bucks and I'll shovel your sidewalk for you. I was watching my wife was out. My wife shoveled this. I know I'll get some texts on this, but while I was here doing the radio show in the morning yesterday, my wife shoveled the sidewalk for us. While my oldest son was off at work yesterday, his wife shoveled their sidewalk. The retired woman across the street was shoveling her driveway. I just at one point looked up and down the street and I thought, where are these kids at? Where doesn't anybody do? No, and I guess the answer is no. And I think you hit the nail on the head, Biffy. They've gone the same place wherever the paper boys went is where the snow shovelers went. And I don't know if it's. Do they feel like it's not enough money? Yeah, I don't remember. I can't remember. It was like $1, maybe. Maybe when I was a kid, 50 cents. I don't know. Is it just not worth it? Are the kids? I don't want to say the kids today are lazy. I don't think that's the case necessarily. It's just, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you when the last time I saw, when somebody came to our doorway, knocked on the door and said, I'd like to shovel the driveway. Now, part of the problem, I guess, is that we live in a very suspicious age. I did see someone on Facebook talking about this yesterday, a woman, and she said, did anybody else have someone come to their door? I got scared. They knocked on my door and they said they wanted to shovel my driveway, and I was afraid they were here to rob me. It's like, oh, come on. You know, maybe they were. I don't know. But I mean, maybe that's part of it too, is we're just so afraid of strangers coming to the door anymore. The answer to that, by the way, somebody said, let them shovel your driveway. Don't invite them in for a cup of hot chocolate. That was,
well, that's good advice.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Anyways, it's not like a big burning issue here. It's not like the impeachment of a president or something. It's just, I got thinking about it yesterday. Whatever happened to those kids? If you have any thoughts on that, lines are open at 304-232-8255. That is the CityNet hotline. You can call and we can talk about it. Or easier for y'all, use the text line, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600, and feel free to, if you have any thoughts at all, is it just that kids won't go out of their own neighborhood? Because again, we don't have a lot of kids in our neighborhood, but I thought people would come, would pick up the shovel and go door to door. 2 or 3 kids would get together. Hey, Bobby, why don't we go over to Elm Terrace and see what we can find? No, nothing like that. And,
well, and now,
so I don't know. If you have thoughts, give me a call. And you're right. The paper boys, when was the last time we had an honest to goodness paper boy come around?
Oh, I mean,
no offense to the people. We have nice guys who do this, but they're now, adults who drive around in cars. And I was trying to explain to Teddy the other day, the old paperboy concept, and I was trying to explain to him. I showed him, I actually knew how to roll a paper like a paper boy. I was trying to explain to him how once upon a time, boys not much older than he is would pick up papers every night and wrap them up and get on their bike and go up and down the street and throw the newspapers on the porch. He looked at me like I was crazy.
Oh, I know. When my dad and my uncles, when they lived on the island, they each had a route that they would do, and they would have to roll the papers and everything. And it's funny to see Dad when he gets home from work, and he'll open the paper and it'll be rolled wrong or whatever, and so he'll get the paper, roll it again, unroll it so he can read it. That's when the paper comes. That's when it gets there. I don't think he got his paper yesterday, and he was not happy about that. But it's different now, and I think the way times are, and it's easy now to say, well, blame it on COVID. Why kids aren't out shoveling? We pretty much.
That actually is a good point for this year, right now.
We pretty much.
But it's been true for multiple years.
We've pretty much blamed everything on that's happened within the year or however long. Yeah, it'll be a year in March. So I think at least for this year, that's another easy way of getting out of it. Well, just blame it on COVID. We do everything else, but no. It's certainly different, but.
And we have a nice paper guy, again, drives around in his car, he gets out of the car and brings the newspaper up and sets it on the porch most of the time. And that's great. And, speaks to, he's a friendly fellow and everything. So I'm not critical. I know some people have bad newspaper delivery persons. We've got a good guy and have had for quite some time. So I'm not criticizing. It's just so different. I guess the economics of it might be different too. These guys who have cars, they have what would amount to 10 routes when we were kids, right? When we were kids, when I was a kid, maybe not you, but when I was a kid, and I never was a paper boy, but I helped several of my friends do it. We would go and wrap the papers every night and, put the bags on our shoulder and go around and so on. When we were kids, a paper route was like maybe 2 streets, 3 blocks each or something like that. These guys, sometimes they do whole neighborhoods. Sometimes they'll do Bridgeport and Bel Air and Wheeling, and, they'll have all of those. So I guess the economics of it mean they can make enough money off of delivering papers to, have some money. So I guess that's part of it too, but it's just an old man question, and it's just an old man. I don't understand why things can't be the way they used to be, but it just really struck me yesterday. Yesterday was one of those days where once upon a time you would have seen you would have seen kids fighting to see who could get to the driveway first,
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Monroe plays pretty good. He might give us a little extra bonus. No, let's get. No, I got the Monroe household. No, I saw it for you. No, you go over there. That old lady over there, well, she doesn't pay us well. That's the way it used to be.
It ain't nothing like it used to be, Biff. Get off my lawn.
Honey, old Monroe's on the radio being old again.
If you
just
go
some things that I think about.
If you go outside during a break and have a cane with you, then I'm going to start worrying, okay?
Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
Got to shake the cane at the same time. Get out. I did that when I had a cane there a couple years ago. I was having some problems with my knees, and I had to use a cane. I would do that. I would do it on purpose. I would do it, but I would see straight, and I would go, get out of my way. Get out of my way. And I would shake the cane. And I knew they said, well, there goes an old man. So, at any rate, 7:20 in the morning here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Hello to those of you watching us on our Facebook Live video feed. I appreciate that. I think we had some problems with Facebook Live earlier in the week. I think we're okay today. I think we got our Facebook Live problems fixed after that first day. So that's the good news. If you want to watch on Facebook Live, I would appreciate that. It's on my Facebook page, and it is on the Watchdogs Facebook page. So pick whichever one you want to watch on, and you can do that. If you do it, I ask you to do two things: like it and share it. Hit the like button, then hit the share button, and share it with your people on your timeline. If you don't get a chance to watch the video cast during the live feed in the morning, you can always go back on either my Facebook page or the Watchdogs Facebook page and watch the video and the whole show in retrospect later in the day, because it's always archived on our pages. It's also archived on our YouTube channel, and it's also archived, it's archived on our YouTube channel. You can also watch us at watchdognetwork.com. And somebody asked me, how do you get to the YouTube channel? It's the Watchdog, but the simplest thing is go to watchdognetwork.com, and then in the video feed section, there's a button that will take you to our YouTube channel. So check all of that out. All right, 7:22, 22 after the hour, 21 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. Roads are okay this morning. Biffy, it looks like kind of a weird combination of school situations. I'm not sure totally why some of them went to delayed schedules or even to remote schedules today, because I don't think there's any problems out there today, although maybe they're anticipating snow coming in around go home time. I guess that's possible, because we're not looking for any serious problem during the day today. The problem will come in this afternoon and into the evening and tomorrow morning. Good news is we're going to miss the ice storm that I guess they're going to hit down south. Really not even southern West Virginia, below West Virginia, but parts of southern West Virginia are going to hit a lot of ice. We could hit a wintry mix. Zach's in of it to talk about that. All right. I'm going to get into the serious stuff. Yeah, we got Donald Trump, the impeachment trial. We'll get into that coming up in just a minute. We'll give you an ABC update on that in a second. Brad's coming in. We're going to talk about the state of the state tonight and a few of the first bills that are going to be introduced into the legislature as we begin our extensive legislative coverage here on the Watchdog Morning Show. But I want to have some fun next. Yesterday was National Pizza Day, Biff, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it. So I want to have a little pizza talk coming up in a minute or two. And this is also National Snack Month. And I want to talk about snacks. What are your favorite snacks? Why? Because I like to talk about food, that's why. So we'll do that coming up next here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Glad you're along for the conversational ride. It is our Hump Day edition of the Watchdog Morning Show.
Dutch Boy's new Platinum Plus paint with...
Why's that? I think you're right. You're right. This is it's Wednesday. They normally do. Yep, I think you're right. I do believe you are right, Biffy. As always. I guess we're restarting our individual meetings again today. Are you coming into one of our meetings this afternoon, this morning? Well, if you got something on your mind, let it go. Every once in a while you strike. I feel like things are bothering you, but I can never tell. So if you got something bothering you. Yeah. Well, whatever it is, whatever's bugging you, be sure and say it, because nothing will get done if people don't hear the concerns. I want to try and keep you happy, pal. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I was thinking this morning, and it feels like there are less people working, but there really are pretty much the same number of people. It's just nobody's in the building anymore. I mean, you got you and Lola and Bill and Biff, or Bill and Rick. JoJo's not there very often, right? Right. Yeah. Yep. Well, please, anything that's bugging you, bring it up at our meeting, because it helps to hear it, and it gives me ammunition to try and get things done if we know what's going on. So just trying to encourage you to be open, and if it's the same old thing, say it's the same old thing. Yeah, I have it. I don't know when we use it, actually. I was going to use it at 8:10, but then I scheduled Brad instead, or I wasn't sure if Brad could come in, and he did. So, yeah, I have it on my list. I've actually put it on my rundown list now, because I've been forgetting it the last couple of days, obviously. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe putting it at 9:30. We have Metro is longer, but we just have the short sports because it's the Brent Musburger thing, right? Right. So I'm thinking about if we don't run it some other time, maybe just we'll plug it into the 9:30. I thought about that last night. No, I'm not sure yet, and I had a schedule. I had in my head I was going to run it at 8:10 today, because I really didn't think I was going to have any guests, to be honest with you. Because I didn't think Brad would want to get up early since he's working late tonight, but he said no problem, so. All right. Probably about ready to get back. I'm going to talk about pizza. Ask your favorite pizza and what's your favorite snack. I'm going to ask you in a minute here.
Tell us what you're thinking. Locally, 304-214-1600. Out of the area, toll free, 866-514-1600 or 304-232-TALK.
He rambles, he rants, and sometimes he sings. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
21 degrees, Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. 21 at my home studios in Elm Grove. 21 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling. In the heart of the Ohio Valley, where Brother Biff is in command and in control. Yesterday, and I wanted to do this yesterday, I didn't get around to it. I had a busy day yesterday. Oh, here we go, Biff. Oh, God, I get...
At least you made it to 7:30.
When I hear somebody else do that, I go crazy. It's like, you've had a whole commercial break. Why do you have to start coughing when it's over? Get your cough out of the way before you start talking. And then I do the same thing. Give me one moment. A quick cough, a little bit of the caffeine. Oh, yeah. I need the caffeine, apparently. I call it caffeine. Okay, there we go. All right. As I was saying, yesterday was National Pizza Day and didn't have a chance to talk about it. I look, pizzas, everybody eats pizza, right? Actually, almost everybody. 3% of Americans say they never eat pizza. And I have a question about them, Biff. What the hell's wrong with them?
Why? I mean,
what? Who are these people who don't eat pizza?
I mean, they make a plain cheese pizza. They've got, I'm sure, pizzas that they can make if you got a problem with something. I mean, there's probably gluten-free or whatever.
Almost all the chains have their own gluten-free. Yes, you're right. So if you have a particular medical concern, like, worried about gluten, they do that. If you're trying to eat healthy, they got vegetarian pizzas anymore. They got pizzas made out of, not broccoli, but they have pizzas where the dough is made out of vegetable. I mean,
cauliflower.
There's a pizza for everybody. Yeah, cauliflower. Thank you. Right. There's a pizza for everybody. Who doesn't like pizza? What in God's name is it about a pizza that somebody would like? The whole world loves pizza, except for 3%. 3%. And this is a big poll. 6,000 people were polled. 3% said they never eat pizza. Biffy, do you have a favorite type of pizza? Not so much, I'm not talking about the store you buy it from, but what type of pizza is your favorite?
You can't go wrong with pepperoni and cheese.
Right.
I can do that. I can do a meat lover's pizza. I can do a Supreme if it doesn't have banana peppers on it.
You see, you and I are exactly the same way. I'll think about everything on it except banana peppers. That's when I have to say no.
Yeah, but I mean, other than banana peppers, if there's tomatoes on a pizza, I won't eat it. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty much good when it comes to pizza. But a favorite pepperoni and cheese.
Yeah, pepperoni and cheese obviously is the definitive pizza. There are times when I just want a cheese pizza. Sometimes I just want cheese, nice gooey extra cheese pizza. Don't want any meats or condiments on it. Just a cheese pizza. But I'm with you. The definitive pizza is pepperoni and cheese. In our case, Monroe's, we usually get extra cheese because I prefer to be bound up at my age. I like, but my wife doesn't. So sometimes we'll get half of it with some sausage on it because I like sausage. Now, if I'm really in a mood, oh man, give me a big old meat lovers with all the different kind of meats on it. Oh yeah, baby. Or a Supreme of some kind. But I'm with you. The one thing I can't deal with is banana peppers. So no banana peppers. I think almost any other topping I can accept and live with. Some that I like better than others, but just a pizza with all kinds of stuff on it. Now, are you thin crust? What are those different kinds? They have the thin crust. They have the hand tossed. What kind of crust do you like?
Certain pizzas, I think thin crust is a must, but I just like the regular crust. Whatever.
I used to be really big on the thin crust. I really always ordered thin crust if I could order one. Now, not a lot of people do, so sometimes I couldn't have it because even though I liked it, the people I was sharing the pizza with didn't. I used to be really big on thin crust. But after a while, it got to be too much like eating a cracker.
See, if it's a taco pizza, thin crust is perfect for that.
Well, yeah, because it carries the ingredients very well. Exactly. Yeah. Surprisingly, in this new poll that I've got here, the most popular type of pizza is thin crust. Thin crust. 31% of the people surveyed said they prefer thin crust. 29% say regular crust. So it's pretty close there. Deep dish pizza at 18%. Pan pizza 9%. Sicilian pizza 3%. I'm not sure what they define Sicilian pizza as. So I don't know if I like that or not. French bread pizza. I'm not a big fan of French bread pizza. It's the real hoity-toity kind of thing. Oh, you know, French bread pizza. I'm not big on that. 2% there. Women slightly more likely to say thin crust. Men more likely to say deep dish pizza. So, but I think so. Thin crust. Surprisingly, thin crust is the most popular type. If you want to share your pizza thoughts with me, please do at 304-214-1600, the text line. And what toppings do you love the most? Obviously, Biffy, on this survey, 10 most popular toppings. Number 1, you hit it, pepperoni.
Yeah.
Number 2, I said I like it. My wife doesn't. Sausage. Mushrooms. I like mushrooms. Extra cheese. I would put that up higher on mine. Onions. Yep. I can not live with it. I like that. Peppers. No, not for me. Bacon. Nope. No. But you know, if I get a pizza of some kind, they put all this stuff on there. It's okay. But I'm not keen on bacon on my pizza. Olives, ham, and tomatoes are the top, rounding out the top 10. Now, the most hated toppings on pizza.
Anchovies.
El numero uno, anchovies.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta really have a taste for anchovies if you want those on your pizza. Number 2, I've never even heard of this on pizza. Eggplant on your pizza?
Well, that's got to be that vegetarian type pizza right there.
Yeah, the next couple are in that category, I guess. Artichokes and broccoli are also on the list of the most hated toppings. And all of those would be on my most hated toppings. Pineapple is on this list. I'm not big on the dessert kind of pizzas. Never have been. To me, pizza is more of the meal, it's not the dessert. So I've never been big on dessert pizzas. And rounding out the top 10 most hated toppings, salami. I don't mind that. Olives, they're okay. And spinach. Not keen on spinach on pizza. Mushrooms and onions also on the most hated list. Mushrooms, onions, and olives made the list of the best, of the most favorite, and of the worst.
I like all three.
I do too. I absolutely do too. I'd be very happy to have mushroom, black olives, and onions on a pizza. Absolutely. And also, I must say, I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And pizza is one of those foods that it is primarily, to me, a snack food or an evening meal food. But you can eat it anytime. Pizza for breakfast is okay, and you're not being a weird guy if you eat pizza for breakfast.
No.
Reheat's always good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, actually, sometimes when you reheat it, it's better than it was the first time around.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think you're the one who told me about this. I think you are. You know, I got my wife an air fryer for Christmas, and we discovered that the reheated pizza in the air fryer is really good. Keeps its crispness and works well. So we've been doing a lot of that as well. All right, folks, National Pizza Day. It was yesterday, actually, but I thought we'd talk about it today. And maybe in the next segment, if we have a chance, Biffy, we'll talk about our favorite pizza places. And again, if you all want to offer some thoughts on that, 304-214-1600. In the Ohio Valley, it is amazing how many pizza places there are here in the Ohio Valley. There are going to be hundreds, Biff. Going to be hundreds. So what's your favorite pizza place? Favorite pizza topping, favorite pizza type, and favorite pizza place? Share your thoughts with me on the text line if you'd like to, or give me a call, 304-232-8255. We're going to shift gears and talk about the weather. Zach is coming by next to chat about that here on the Watchdog Morning Show. But first, let's check some local headlines. And for that, we head over to Stephen at the Big 7.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now it's time for your local news headlines from 7 News at WTRF, My Ohio Valley, and ABC Ohio Valley. Only on AM 1600 WKKX. The Watchdog.
Good Wednesday morning, Ohio Valley. I'm Stephen Ruffing with your 7 News headlines. U.S.
providing the Ohio Valley with everyone's pet care needs. Check us out on Facebook at Dirty Paws WHG or call 304-639-7754.
Now's a great time to go Toyota for reliability, value, and style. And RAV4 is the #1 selling SUV in America over the last year, with available all-wheel drive in gas or hybrid models. Now, get up to $1,000 cash back from Toyota through March 1st. For more offers, shop Toyota's official website for deals. Buyatoyota.com. Then see your Toyota dealer. Go Toyota, and let's go places.
The perfect cure for your quarantine blues. The Watchdog on Facebook Live. Watch The Watchdog weekdays on Facebook Live, beginning with the morning show with Howard Monroe at 7 a.m. Local talk radio, Watchdog style. Give us a call and tell us what you're thinking. Locally, 304-214-1600. Out of the area, toll free, 866-514-1600 or 304-232-8255.
Miss a part of the show? Want to hear a segment again? Check out our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
You know, thanks to the various technological ways that we broadcast, a lot of people can listen to us all around the country and indeed around the world. You can watch us live anywhere on Facebook Live video, as I mentioned. Like us and share us, please, if you do that. You can listen to us on TuneIn Radio using the TuneIn app on your smartphones or your tablets. So, again, wherever you are in the world, you can listen to us, except for those countries that block American stations. And you can listen to us on the streaming audio at watchdognetwork.com. So all kinds of ways. It's not unusual to hear from people who listen to us far and wide. I have people in Florida a lot, folks in Columbus a lot, folks in, for reasons I've never fully understood, except we must have a little patch of fans up in the Pacific Northwest who listen, just all different kinds of places. But I got a text today, Biffy, from a guy who's listening in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And he's not listening on TuneIn, and he's not listening on Facebook Live. He's listening off the air. He's listening off of our transmitter. And he's a DXer. You know what a DXer is? These are guys who have these big radios, and they tune around trying to pick up faraway radio stations. And AM radio has an unusual ability to bounce off the stratosphere in weird ways. That's why at night the signals go farther because they bounce strange. And sometimes when the atmosphere is right, they bounce really in weird ways. So apparently somebody was just listening to us in Grand Rapids. Bob Tart was listening to us in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And they always let you know, listen to 6:15 a.m., an ad for Jim Robinson Toyota, weather reported for Ohio County. We are this guy's 500th radio station that he's been able to pick up on his DXing. So, good for you. And thanks for listening, Bob. Thanks for listening. We get a lot of people listening out of town, but not necessarily get so many people listening via the transmitter that far away. I know some of you are going, I can't hear you here in Moundsville. What's going on? How can I hear you there? But it's the way what we call skywaves. It's the way it works. So, anyway, that, by the way, that was sent to me by my old friend Tom Sussman, lobbyist and radio station owner down at WMOV in Ravenswood. All right, enough prattling. I apologize for that. Let's talk about the weather. Zach Petty is here from the Big Seven. Good morning, Zach.
Well, good morning, Howard. I'm glad that our friend in Grand Rapids is where he's at, and he can also keep that Arctic air because it's 8 degrees over into Grand Rapids, Michigan right now. We're still hovering in the low 20s, but still, that's 11, 12, 13-degree difference. I'm sure we could feel a difference in between 8 to 21, I'll tell you that.
We're going to have a pretty calm morning and a pretty calm day today, right? Until we hit the afternoon. Is that right? I mean, it's going to be cold, I guess, and cloudy, but it's going to be a pretty calm day, right?
Right, in through the morning commutes compared to the disaster that we had to deal with yesterday. Everything is calm and clear. Green light, double thumbs up for now until we head into the afternoon. That's when the next system is going to start to swing in. And as of now, luckily we're only dealing with snow. I'm not expecting to see much in terms of any ice, but it looks like as we head down into the central and southern portions of the mountain states, is where you get into the chance of seeing some freezing rain, if not wintry mix, rain, snow, sleet, a whole bunch of mess, if you just ask me, because a warmer air mass is going to start to make its way from the southeastern quadrant of the United States, mixing with that Arctic air and through up into the Midwest, as well as in through Michigan and extending down into Indiana and Illinois, where we're going to be cold enough in the northern panhandle that will remain as snow, but into Tyler, Wetzel County, as well as extending farther into central West Virginia, looks like they could be seeing that wintry mix, freezing rain, sleet due to that warmer air making its way over top that colder air that we're seeing here right now.
I've been trying to sort of follow the maps that you and Dr. Dave have been putting up and that Spencer Adkins has on your statewide show. And again, you're right. It seems to me that the real ice is going to be actually probably below West Virginia in Kentucky and some other places, creeping into southern West Virginia. But correct me if I'm wrong, a slight change in pattern could bring some of that further north. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. We're all dealing with a convergence or coming together of two different air masses. Like I said, we have that Arctic air where Fargo, North Dakota, if we have any listeners from Fargo, North Dakota right now picking us up over the radio waves, if they're listening, it's minus 12 in Fargo, North Dakota right now. Down into Atlanta, it's 50. So we have warm and cold, almost a 60-degree difference in terms of temperatures, meeting right along Kentucky, Tennessee, extending into southern Ohio, as well as starting to make its way into southern West Virginia. And right now, that track is going to be well to our south. But like you said, Howard, if it trends any bit northward, which models have been suggesting slightly, now there's not a lot of agreement. It looks like a lot of them are consistent with their track right now. That's going to be well to our south. But if it inches just a little bit farther north by a shift in winds or some upper level changes in the wind pattern, we could see some icy conditions here in our region as we head out the door tomorrow morning possibly, because that'll prolong the snow that we see, give us the added moisture as well as the colder air, and certainly could be another headache case for me tomorrow morning, which I'm hoping it's not.
We do look for tomorrow morning to be not as bad maybe as yesterday. I got to tell you, yesterday was about the worst snow day I've seen in many, many, many a year. In terms of the road impact and people traveling, and I mean I guess the timing was just such that it created a real problem out there. So tomorrow morning won't be like that, I gather, but tomorrow morning does have the potential to be a little difficult commute, right?
Right, yeah, the conditions should be slick. I mean, most of the snow that we're expected to see should be clearing out by, let's say, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. We'll push it to 3 or 4 by the latest. And then we actually are expected to see our southern counterparts, Monongalia County, Preston County, Tucker County, maybe even the Tyler and Wetzel County. They're expected to see the higher snowfall amounts because they are in a winter weather advisory, whereas Marshall up north into Hancock, as well as from Monroe up into Jefferson and Carroll County, we're not in any advisory as of now because the trek is still continued to be the bulk of the snow is still going to be to our south and east, with the higher elevations expected to see most of the snow, but maybe just slick. I'm sure the road crew, I mean, of course, we talked yesterday, road crews work tirelessly and they work with a lot of effort to clear the roads and give them their space, but we should have enough time that the morning commute, there could be some slush on the roadways, but as long as we don't get any ice, we should be in a much better position in terms of not clearing off as much snow from tomorrow's system compared to what we had yesterday.
So, but we still might have some problems tomorrow morning. Be careful about that. And then, am I understanding it right? There's the potential for yet another storm to come sometime after that weekend or into next week. Is that right?
Oh, Howard, I have 3, if not 4 systems that we could go through. We have a potential for Thursday night into Friday morning. I have one Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then I have Monday and Tuesday as potential snowmakers as well.
Oh, jeez. Thought I told you yesterday I was tired of this. Didn't I tell you yesterday you and Dr. Dave get up there on the roof and take care of this problem?
You're going to be sick of this by next week now. If you're tired now...
No, I'm sick of it now. Let's be clear.
What's the next
I'm sick of it now.
What's the next level past sick? Over it.
Really sick. Yeah, I don't know.
Really sick, okay. Bedridden.
Bedridden. Yeah, exactly. All right. So, but today, at least for the daytime hours, morning commute should be okay. Daytime hours, okay. But if we're going to be out and about in the late afternoon or into the evening, start watching for the snow to come back. That's our message of the morning.
Right.
And then tomorrow morning we'll have to see how things go, and then we'll keep on looking after that. Jeez. It would be nice if you could fix it, but okay, if you can't fix it, you can't fix it. I get it. I understand that.
Right.
Hey, real quick, because we've been talking about this, Biff and I, today. Yesterday was National Pizza Day, and I know you've tried some of the local pizza, not necessarily in terms of stores or where you buy it, but what's your favorite kind of pizza?
Like in terms of like toppings or...
Yeah.
Okay, toppings. My favorite would have to be a large cheese pizza, and I'm not a sauce guy, so I go light sauce, and then I have to have crumbled hot sausage and black olives. That's the go-to.
Okay, that's not the prototypical choice, but that's not bad. I can live with. I like sausage on mine, and what did you say? Crumbled hot sausage, and what else did you say?
Black olives.
Black olives. That's not a bad pizza. That's not a bad pizza. I know you've had a chance to try a handful of places around here. Do you have a favorite pizza place yet, or are you still sampling different places?
I haven't tried Biggie's. That's the next one that I'm looking to try. But my favorite would probably be what's the one over in Elm Grove? The one that you told me about.
Patsy's Pizza. Patsy's.
Correct. Yeah, Patsy's would probably be my go-to. I haven't tried. I've had De Felice. Good. I haven't tried DeCarlo's. That's going to be the next one. Hopefully I can try that here soon.
That's good, too. I'm a big fan of Biggie's. Biggie's comes in number 2 on my list. All right, Zach, I appreciate your time this morning. Have yourself a great day. We will talk to you tomorrow, probably amidst a little bit of snow. Thanks a lot.
Yep. All right, sound good. Safe travels. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot. So Biffy, what is your favorite pizza place?
Locally, DeCarlo's.
Yeah.
DeCarlo's.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with DeCarlo's, any of the DeCarlo's. I'm a big Patsy Pizza fan. It's part of it. It's what you grew up with, and I grew up living on Patsy's Pizza here in Elm Grove, so I'm a big Patsy's Pizza fan. But as I was telling Zach there, I've become a big fan of the new Biggie's Pizza there on 16th Street. It's more of what I would call a New York-style pizza. I don't know if that's actually what they call it up, but I like it. I mean, I really like Biggie's Pizza. I think they do a tremendous job. And I don't have it as often as I would like to, I don't think, but that's among my favorites. I don't think there's any place... I know people say, of course not, Monroe, you just like to eat no matter what. I don't think there's any pizza place in the Ohio Valley that I've ever eaten where it's like, oh, God, it's terrible. I mean, every place here in the Ohio Valley has good pizza.
And every place...
Home Pizza down in Moundsville, oh, that's really good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah, and every place...
of course, the De Felice, you can't go wrong with De Felice. I think we may do the heart shape. That may be the best thing, only thing my wife gets for Valentine's Day. It's a heart-shaped pizza, so I like that. But any other stores or... retailers of pizza that are your favorites?
I like Domino's. That's probably one of the national ones. I would say Domino's. I mean, I can eat pizza from anywhere, and especially around here with all the different pizza places that we have. The thing that's about them is they're all unique. they all have something different that you go there for and get. And I mean, no pizza around here is, the same. I mean,
that's a great point.
It might be that some of the styles might be the same, but the ingredients or however they're made or whatever, they're different.
Yeah, I mean, Patsy's is that square pizza with the cold cheese that melts on top. Biggie's, as I said, for me, is more of a New York style. It's really good. You're right. Every pizza place. De Felice is more of I don't know what they call it, but a more of an air-filled crust. So yeah, they're all very different. And I don't think there's any place ever. I'll tell you the one place I still miss dramatically though is Home Pizza in St. Clairsville. That was in my top 3. Might have been number 2 because they were around before Biggie's was. Man, I used to love Home Pizza in St. Clairsville. Of course, they closed up shop a couple years ago. And I know there's a Home Pizza in Barnesville. I don't know if it's the same family or not. And people say, "Oh, go to Barnesville and try it." But generally speaking, I pick up pizza and take it home. I don't always go out and eat it, so I'm not sure I want to pick up from Barnesville and get it all the way home. I don't think it would hold up well. I don't know. But those are my pizza thoughts and Biff's pizza thoughts. If you have some of your own, text them to me, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600. National Pizza Day was yesterday. We're kind of talking about it today. And this is National Snack Month as well. And I want to talk a little bit about what are your favorite snacks. I'll ask our buddy Brad McElhinney this coming up in the next hour because the legislative session is getting underway. And for Brad and the reporters there, snacks have always been very important, Biffy. He's always important to get his right kind of snacks all set up for the for the session. So we'll see what kind of snacks Brad likes. And I have this question, Biffy. Is a sandwich a snack?
I have to think about that during the break.
Yeah, I haven't made up my mind yet. The question was posed to me recently, and I thought, well, sometimes I say, honey, I'd like a little snack. Can I have a sandwich? And then I think, well, no, a sandwich is more of a meal. Is it a snack? I don't know. National Snack Month is underway. We'll talk about that next hour, too. But we'll talk about Donald Trump, the impeachment trial straight ahead. Brad McElhinney joins us to talk about the governor's State of the State speech after that. And this is the Watchdog Morning Show for a Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From 8.
Biff, I've got somebody calling in at 8:40 on National Snack Month. They kind of buffaloed me. They're trying to sell product. I thought it was going to be a